Thank you. It's awesome to see so many people out here today. You know, I'm very fortunate to be asked to come along and present to you guys. I think 10:30 last night I told I was presenting on offense, and this morning at breakfast apparently I'm doing the defense now. So, you know, I've quickly tried to have a think about, I suppose, a few ways I can progress this, you know, and hopefully give you guys a bit of an idea of how, you know, in Townsville and with the Opals as well, we coach our defense and how we kind of build it up and, you know, add the different concepts to it. So you know, I guess a bit about my background was spoken about, and I won't delve too much into it, but, you know, I'm very fortunate to have fallen into coaching by accident. You know, I was 19 years old, and I was a player. I played in junior Australian teams, and I actually signed to play with the South Dragons here in the NBL when they were around. And 3 months into my first rookie season as a pro, I had a cardiac arrest at training, and could no longer play. I had to be revived on the court. I was very fortunate to survive that, and, you know, probably fell into coaching without really wanting to, but I had a love of the game and, you know, wanted to still be involved, and that was probably the only way I was able to do that. So, you know, I started putting my hand up to coach a lot of, probably like a lot of you guys, a lot of different club teams, rep teams, did a lot of development, individuals with players, and just through that and meeting people, got an opportunity to be, I guess, not an assistant coach, a development coach with the Sydney Kings through someone that I knew. And from there, kind of worked my way up the ranks, became an assistant coach in the NBL. At 26 years old, was appointed the head coach of the Sydney Flames in the Women's National League. And then, you know, from there, sort of the rest is history. I'm very fortunate to have been up in Townsville as the head coach of the Townsville Fire for the last 5 years. And, you know, we've built a really good culture up there and program, and somewhere where players, you know they can come and get better, and if they have aspirations to play for Australia and go to the WNBA, you know, we really try and develop them and help them the best we can. You know, part of that, obviously, it was mentioned, we won a championship a couple years ago. We were really good on the offensive end, but we were top 2 defensively, you know, and I think some of the principles I talk about today, you know, can apply to every different level that you may coach at, from pro all the way down to junior basketball. So what I might do is the boys are warming up over there, so we're very lucky to have some of the high performance Vic kids here, so they're going to be our guinea pigs and demo everything for you guys, but I might get those guys out on the floor if we can. So what I'll start with is just a basic build-up of how we teach some of our positioning defensively, is our ball pressure concepts, and hopefully that flows into some of the other things we do. So boys, what we might do, can I get one person on the wing on offense, one at the top and one on that wing, and then a player guarding each of them. And then colours are fine right now, we'll get to that in a minute. And then everybody else just line up 3 lines behind them, sort of near halfway here. Have we got basketballs out here somewhere? Yeah, do you want to grab a ball for me? All right, so, you know, Gorge talked a little bit when he was speaking to you about, you know, like understanding what it is that you want as a coach, and defensively what we're talking about now, but what are some of the things that are important to us? So, you know, for me, like we coach no middle on our defensive principles, and that will flow into how we guard everything, right? The ball, off the ball, our pick and roll defense, all those types of things, which I'll get to later, right? But, you know, probably the first thing, anything at the top of the floor here, right? So, you know, we're talking like an ISO situation, whatever it is, this will be scout based, okay? So we would have scouted 41 here, right? Do they like to go left? Do they go right? Do they shoot threes off the dribble? Can they not do that? And that's going to determine, you know, this very first pickup point here and what we do. Okay, so in the middle of the floor, right, generally everybody is right-handed, so we would be trying to shade left, which for me, I'll just be you for a second, for me means, right, I'm going to have my nose on that that right shoulder. Okay, so for me it's the left, for you it's the right. Right, I'm here. Right, my feet are going to be square. I spear the ball again. You know, trusting that probably the offensive player has a decent shot here. Right, hand over ball. Right, and I'm trying to just put myself in a position where if they are going to try and get to that right hand, I have the ability to move. Right, take some contact on my chest and not give up a straight line drive. Okay, so that's what we're doing here at the top. Right. If we were coming down in transition, we'd be trying to contest these wing entry passes, right? We don't want the ball to be passed up the floor. We would want the point guard to dribble the ball under pressure up the floor every single time, okay? I'm not going to do that today, right? Now we'll imagine we're deeper in the shot clock, right? And maybe we've switched to pick and roll, we have a mismatch, or it's late clock isolation, right? Now we want to be able to shrink the floor, okay? So you're just on the wing here, just 45, right? The defender's off the ball, one pass away. Right, we're going to be in a flat triangle position, okay? So, you know, the boys here are pretty athletic, they tell me, right? So they can cover some ground. So we're going to split, right, about 50-50 distance between the ball and our player, okay? We'd be in our stance, right? And one of the biggest things in basketball now, right, you know, Matt will probably talk about some spacing concepts on offense and making it harder for the defense to defend in space. We want to create the illusion of a crowded floor as much as we can. Okay, so the defender's off ball again, this foot, right, this foot closest to the ball slightly higher, right, than the other foot, and we're going to have our arms out shoulder height, right, sitting down to get our butt down, right, trying to eat as much space as we can. Okay, same thing, we'll be a little bit higher in our triangle here, right, even higher again, right, even a little bit more. Just go that way for me, move forwards. Yep, perfect, good, right? So now you just see, again, if we can guard one or two bounces on our own one-on-one, and we have players in this position, it's quite hard to see a lane to attack, isn't it, right? If we put our hands down, right, now the floor all of a sudden looks slightly bigger, right? Gives the offense a bit more confidence, right? And they have the ability to be able to try and find a gap to create, right? All we're going to do from here, right? And we do these drills in Townsville, you know, twice a week at the start as part of our warm-up, right? All we're going to do is like work on now shifting, okay? So we've got our initial positioning, right? If we pass the ball here, we're going to close out on the flight. Same thing, we want to square our feet a bit more, right? Nose on top shoulder, so we're influencing the ball out of the middle, right? And on the flight of the pass, we're going to shift, okay? So if I'm guarding the ball, I'm going to jump and try and swipe to tip the pass, right? And now end up in, sorry, forgot about the mic, right? End up in my gap position. So again, if there's a catch and quick drive, we have the ability to take that away, okay? So we're here, right? More than one pass away, now we're going to shift on the flight of the pass, right? And we're going to have our low player, okay? So now from a communication standpoint, right? And that's another really important thing defensively that I think you need to be able to get your team to buy into, right? If we're guarding the ball, we would be calling ball or saying, I've got the ball, right? So we've got that, right? If we're jumping to the ball and we're in the gap, we'd simply be saying gap, right? Gap here, gap, right? And if we're the low player, we'd be saying low, right? And what we try and do is drill with our players. They have to say those things 3 times in practice every time they do it, right? So ball, 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 gap, 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 low, 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 right? So we're just going to have a practice, right? We're going to pass the ball back to the top. We're going to shift on the flight, right? And we're going to communicate, right? Pass there. All right, stop. Can you guys hear them? Okay, they need to be able to hear you. So it's got to be, right? It's got to be really loud, right? So you think you're playing in this stadium here. If you want to play in the NBL one day, you know what? I don't know how many this fits, 8,000, 9,000, whatever, right? There's 9,000 people here screaming. You need to be able to communicate on the floor that everyone, all 5 players can hear you, right? Shift the ball. Good, good, shift. Good, shift. Good, good. Good, hold there, right? Rotate, now go offense to defense, defense out, 3 new players in, right? And now we'll roll the ball out to the top. So throw it to the top, right? Now we'll build this up a little bit. So let's show the coaches now a bit more intensity, right? Now, the other thing I didn't mention, when you're guarding the ball, I want you to have one swipe at it and pressure the basketball. So don't just stand off, climb into the ball a little bit, build a bit of pressure. Here we go. Good, quick shift, good. Good, so use your length, good. Use your length, arms out, good, that's it. Good, shift, good. Good. Good, rotate, get next group, quick. Good, use that length off the ball, good, arms out, arms up at shoulder height, here we go, good, good. Good job, good. Good, hold there, right? Okay, so again, some of the key things, right, when we were coaching this for real, we'd be really big on off the ball using your length, right? On the ball, spear hand, climb into the ball a little bit. We'd really emphasize pressuring the basketball. And then the one thing I would say, like, if I'm coaching defense, I usually stand on the baseline. And the one thing I want to look at, if I'm not going to watch one specific person, I'll try and see everybody, right, with my peripheral vision and everything. But we want to see you guys working like on a string. So if the ball's in the air, we should see all three players shifting at the exact same time, right? That's when you know you've got a really good defensive team, when everyone's moving together and you don't have one person late or one person out of position. You know, we want to get that stuff exactly right, all right? This time now, we're going to do the same drill, right? Just pass here, right? Every time you have the ball now, you're going to take a dribble at the gap defender. Okay, and what we're working on now, so we're building from our ball pressure, our closeouts and our positioning to now our stunting and recovering, right? So if I'm in the gap, now remember I spoke about the foot closest to the ball being slightly higher, right? One of the things when we stunt at the ball is we want to stunt up at the ball, right? And then get back to our player, right? I don't want to be caught in this position where they're driving downhill, right? And now I'm stunting down at the ball, right? If I stunt down, it's a longer recovery to get back. If my player shifts, now I'm giving up a three or a drive again, right? So we want to be able to stunt up at it, really take away this driving lane straight away, and it's just a quick stunt, quick hand at the ball. Now I get back, you pass it, right? And then what we try and build in from here is just give the ball there again, right? Jump into the gap for me, big fella. Good, now, yep, so our low player. Now, as you drive, as we kick, just stop there. As the ball's in the air, this person here now is going to stunt the stunter, right? So we would stunt and help, get back to our gap now. You would close out, so we take away a quick catch and drive, and then same thing. You can go either way. If you come this way, I'm stunting up at the ball on the kick. Now I'm closing out and getting back, right? And then you guys are shifting. You're talking your low help. We're talking our gap position, right? And really trying to build in our multiple effort defense, right? Ready? Let's have a look at that. Good, hold there. So now, each time you touch the ball, you're going to take a dribble at the gap, right? So everyone's going to dribble it. This is what you guys do when you play. Every time you get it, everyone bounces it twice before they pass. Right, here we go. Good. All right, stop. Good. Pretty good. What's the piece that's missing, fellas? The torque, right? Let's get 3 new people, see if we can get it, right? I want it to be loud, right? When you're stunting, call stunt. Good, here we go. Good, that's it, good job, good, good. Good, keep shifting, good. Who's our low player, good. Good, rotate, one more. Good. Good job, done, rotate, good work. All right, and then the last thing we build into this drill is what we call tagging, right? So tagging cutters. All these concepts apply whether we're playing against a dribble drive offense, a pass and cut motion, a pick and roll based offense. All of these things will apply, and I'll show you that when we get to ball screens in a moment, right? So now what we're going to do, same thing, pass to the wing. Every time you pass from point to wing, you're going to make a basket cut. Okay, so now defense still jump to the gap, right? Now, once we've done that and we recognize our player becomes a cutter, right? We're going to forget about our gap position, right? But not forget about the ball. Okay, so I'll be you for a second again, right? I'm in my gap, they start cutting. I'm now going to go to my player. I want to get a bar arm on their chest and bump, and I must force them to cut behind me. So we never want to get face cut, right? And I never want to turn my back on the ball, okay? So in an ideal world, they're cutting, I would bump, force them behind, keep vision of the ball, because again, if I turn my back on the ball, what will the offense do? They'll drive at me, right? So if I can see the ball and we can take care of that, we're in good shape. And now the player on the back side of this, so as they're cutting, right, we're going to tag the cutter, okay? So just with a hand or a bar arm, so as they're cutting through the keyway, I'm coming to meet them and I'm calling tag, right? Tag, 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 like that. Bump the cutter. My player's now coming to the top. I'm not racing straight at them. I'm getting to my gap first to, again, take away any penetration. Now they pass to the top. We close out, we shift, and you'll fill out to that side, right? So now we swing the ball. So keep going. We'll just do one more. Swing the ball, right, guard the ball, yep, jump to the ball, bump your cutter, right, weak side player, tag the cutter, and then you're lifting to the top, filling that spot. Right, does that make sense? Good, let's see that. Again, good communication here. Talk everything you do. Good, tag and recover, good, that's it, good. Jump to the ball, no face cut. Good, no face cut, no face cut. Good, weak side, hold there, stop. 46, what's your next job? Yep, that's you. Tag, right? So, and this is why I like this stuff. It's basic, right? But you could do this with under 12s. I do it with professional players every day, right? It teaches you as a defender, right? What's your next job, right? You've got to have awareness off the ball, right? Because someone cuts, someone sets a screen off the ball, there's a back cutter, there's a bit dribble penetration from the other side of the floor. If I drill with my players this awareness, right, of what's next. I'm in stance, I can see it, right, there's a cutter, bang, I've got to tag them, now I've got to get back to the next thing. You know, you watch the Boomers play tonight, right, China and the Boomers, lots of action happening every possession on offense, right? So you think about defending that, you must have the ability to make multiple efforts in each possession, right? Let's go again, we'll go 10 more seconds and we'll rotate out. Here we go, high level here, we go, good, no face cut, good, tag the cut, good, jump to the ball, good, good, shift it, good, tag, high tag, good. Good, next one. Good job, good, keep going. Good, no face cut, good, keep playing. Good, all right, hold there. Good job, good job. Okay, so that's some of the core stuff. We would do that, now that took me 20 minutes to explain, right? But we would do that for 3 minutes every day, right? Cycle through, one group, defend, right? Once we've done everyone, we'd move to the stunting, then we'd move to tagging the cutters. Right? And it's just a way with our players every day to build some of those foundational habits that help us be great. All right? The next thing we're going to do, right? Let's get, can I get offense and defense on this wing? Yep, so here, O&D at the top, one offensive player there, a defender under the basket, and Mackenzie, can you come over here? All right, so we usually use a coach. We could use a player for this, right? No defender there, so just jump out. Just go to the back of the line somewhere. Right, so we call this the X-out drill, right? And it's just a simple drill. Again, we do it as a warm-up, right, to help teach our players how we want to rotate on dribble penetration, right? So same principles. We'd be guarding no middle stance. We're one pass away in a gap, right? So we've got protection if we do break down, right? We're going to swing the ball here. Same thing. You guys would jump to the ball. Yep, now come over here. You're guarding this. This is a post player. Mackenzie, you're right here. Right, so coach is not going to move, right? She's just going to stay here, right? You're guarding her. No one's guarding the ball, okay? Now, I'll just guard it just so you can paint the picture, right? We're going to swing the ball again. Jump to the ball. Yep, perfect, right? You're going to drop down, right? So, and where you're going to drop down to, we call it protection, right? Is we're going to jump down here. There's a post player here. Jump down and have 1 foot on kind of on the inside and 1 foot kind of on the outside of the post player, right? On this now, imagine there is a defender here, which is me. You're going to drive baseline. Now, there's no one guarding the ball, so we are beat, right? This is an absolute must-help situation. You need to see that early, and we want to try and imagine I'm staying on the ball. We're trying to form a trap here on the drive, right? So we want to stop the ball before it gets to the edge of the keyway. We want to trap it like we're doing a closeout. So I'm not just going to be straight-legged like this and let them dribble around. I'm in stance. I'm here. We've got our hands up, right? Both hands. Yep. And I would be here with my hands up as well because we want to make the next pass out a hang time pass. Okay? On that, so we know we're beat. Right? Our protect player now needs to sink inside and box out the coach. Right, so we're going to block them out, right? If they shifted to the dunker spot or wherever like would happen in the game, then we've got that covered, okay? You're going to stay at the top here just for this drill. Our third player, right? You would be saying that, right? I've got basket, I've got basket, right? This person here will be sinking and you'll be saying, I've got two, right? I've got 2, I've got 2, I've got 2, right? We say it 3 times. Now, for the drill, right, you get trapped, you're going to skip the ball out to the other side of the floor. If you're saying you've got 2, what does that mean? Yeah, perfect. I've got the first pass out, right? So we close out, right? Our protection player, right? And now you need to sprint back here to yours, is now going to sprint out, and we run what we call an X out, okay? And then you're out of the drill, right? So we'd skip it, right? You'd go call, I've got ball, right? You'd run out to your gap, because the ball's still here, and then we'd swing it to the top and the drill's done, right? So we'd cover that. Now, when we trap the drive, if the ball goes to the weak side of the floor, right, you guys are Xing out, right, and now this post player needs to come and get back on the top side of the coach, right? So now we're not just allowing the ball to go into the post, right? Let's just do that. We'll walk through it, and then we'll do it at speed a little bit and rotate. How long have we got? Just, okay. Okay, cool. All right. Sweet, very good. Right, let's get a new group now. You guys figure out how you want to rotate this. Coach stays in. Quick, we need a defender down low. Good, and we're going to talk now, aren't we? We're going to communicate it. Here we go. Good. Good, all right, very good. So pretty good. Now, with our talk, so this, what can this player say? Trap or help, right? We say help, okay? So I'm low, I'm low, I'm low, help, help, help. And what we say to our players, right, is when I say help, I'm not saying I'm helping, I'm saying I need help, right? Because I'm going to help that person that got beat, someone help me, right? The drop down person, what are they saying? I got basket, I got basket. What are they saying? I got 2, I got 2. So I've told you exactly what I want now. I've got ball, gap, low, help, basket, I've got 2, right? Let's see if we can do it. Good, good, good job, good, that's it. Stop, all right, good. Now, did you say I got 2? Okay, good, that's all right. So then we just have to make sure we do it. Go again. Good, good job, great job, very good, good. Next 3, get 3 new in, here we go. Same thing, right? See if we can roll quickly through this. Show the coaches like we do it in practice. Here we go. Good, move it now, good, talk, good. High hands, good, high hands on the help, good. Get back, quick, quick, quick. Good, good job, good job. Next 3, quick, next 3, rotate. You guys keep going, don't wait for me now. Good, next group, right? So you guys need to communicate. Here we go, next 3. Make sure we talk. Good, good job, get back, good job, good. Great job, very good. All right, hold there. Okay, so again, Gorge, when he was speaking, he talked about repetition, right? So knowing what your principles are, right? You show the players, right? You go through it, you make corrections, then you get reps of it. Right, so obviously today teaching these boys this stuff, it's new to them, takes a little while to get their heads around. If we had 3 weeks of practice, we'd just say, hey, we're doing X out drill today. We're doing 3-on-3 pack concepts, right? Bang, bang, bang. And the more you do it, right, and this is the thing with defense is like, you've got to have, you know, Gorge also talked about this, it needs to be clear, right? So we don't want to get beat through the middle of the floor. When you are in this position, you must communicate like this, right? When we're in the gap, we say gap. It's very simple, right? But being clear with the players, explaining to them why, right, we do those things, and then getting the repetition of it, you get very, very good. And then when you get into the game, 5-on-5 and whatnot, we do this shell drill, exact same sort of shell drill, 5-on-5 as well, right? So obviously what you do in the game, you need to do at practice, so we do that as well, but it's the same concept. Right, so the better we get at that, and the X out's tricky. If you haven't done it before, right, it can be a tricky concept, but once we know how to do it, right, I can throw it into our pick and roll coverage. How we guard, you know, I'll show you an example, but let's go O&D on the wing, go to the post, right, O&D, go, just get all 10 players on the floor. So the seam, same thing here, and then that wing on that side. Yep, put the ball on that wing. Someone defend the post for me. Somewhat, yep. So let's like front the post. Now we probably need to get our colours, but that's all right. Can I get the defense in orange, quickly? Good, so maybe we're playing a team, right, and let's go, you go there, and you come down here. 69, come down here, yep, good. Right, let's front the post. So we have a size mismatch, so you're gonna get around, right, and front, so put your back to him. That's it, perfect, right? Right, so now we're fronting the post. You're sealing, trying to get a lob over the top. Right, now, we need someone on the back, so our low player is gonna help. So same thing, different to the drive, right? But now our low player is ready to help. So we're here, we're on the low eye, we're looking at the passer. If they're gonna throw that pass over the top, we're stealing the ball, right? You're down in the corner, right? This is an I've got two situation, right? I'm low, I'm low, I'm low. Right? I got two, I got two, I got two, right? And if you know that you're ready to help, you might actually tell him so he knows he's got two. You've got two, what's your name? Sam? Sam, you've got two, Sam, you got two, Sam, right? So now let's say they skip the ball over there thinking that's open. Sam, you've got two, you've got it, right? And now you can X out, right? And we can cover that. If we're a little bit late, right, what might you have to do? Perfect, rotate, and now you would take the third and you guys would tell him, wouldn't you, right? So that's just an example of how that X out concept on the rotation can apply to everything that you do, right? So, all right, last drill we're gonna do. Let's get, so two guards up the top with a ball here, right? Two bigs on the elbow, right? So one's gonna set a ball screen, one's gonna defend it. Give me two more bigs, or say a four-man, right here on the slot, right? And then a defender, and then we've got the other two wings or guards in the corners, both sides. Yep, and someone guard the ball. Maybe get someone in orange guarding the ball, and then you go to the corner. Perfect. All right, so this is another drill that we do, and I'm mindful of time. Obviously, Maddie's going to go as well, but I'll try and go through in as much detail as I can do on the run, right? And again, repetition, right? So we like to do things in practice where we're defending multiple actions, right? So you might have heard me say before in the 3-on-3 about multiple efforts, right? I think you can't develop that without working on defending multiple actions, right? So it's something that we do a lot, and one of my players is in the back there, Steph, she probably knows this drill quite well, right? We call it the Rockets drill, right? It's a pick and roll defensive drill, right? So what we're going to do, I'll walk through the drill first, then we'll talk about how we guard it, right? So the big's gonna come and set a middle ball screen, right? We're gonna come off that. Now I'll talk about the defense in a minute, right? So we come off, right? You're gonna roll to the basket, and the four-man's gonna lift behind the ball, right? So we're now gonna reverse the ball, right? Now we're gonna go straight into a dribble handoff over here, right? And now there's two ways you can do it. The point guard, you guys, I want you guys to exchange today, right? So after you pass it, go to the corner, you come up to the seam, right? So now we're gonna guard a dribble handoff, we're gonna swing the ball back here, and now you're gonna sprint back into what we call an angle pick and roll, right? So a pick and roll on the seam here, right? You're gonna come off, and now we're gonna roll again and then play from there. Okay, so that's the drill. Everyone got that? Good, right? Come back to the start. Now, so again, you guys can take this, you can hard show, you can do whatever concept you want to do on the ball screen. For today, we're just going to go into what we call a green, which is a drop with the big, right? And then maybe different, but some people call it icing, right? And then we're going to guard the dribble handoff, and then we're going to do what we call blue, right, on the second pick and roll. So for us, blue is any ball screen outside of the seam line, right? We want to keep the ball on the side of the court no matter what angle the screen's coming from, right? So we'll get into that. Now, first thing here, back to the top, right? Our communication, okay? Our awareness off the ball, all the things we've drilled through the clinic, right? We need to be locked into. So now we're into a spread pick and roll situation, right? There's a screen coming. Now, everyone, it's not just the big fella's responsibility to know that's coming. Everyone else needs to see it happening as it's happening, right? So again, big fella's going to call it early, loud, and continuous, right? So if we're in a green, it would be green right, green right, green right, telling the guard the screen's coming, okay? Now for our bigs, we want to stay up to touch, right, while the screen's being set. Right, which means basically if I stretch my arm out, I can still reach the screener, right? The guards, right, as soon as I hear the screens coming on my right, I need to climb into the ball and take away the ball handler's ability to reject the screen, right? So we want to get to that, right? So you climb into the ball. Now we don't open our feet, we keep them square. We get a bar arm on the ball, we get low, right? So our arm bar is literally on their hip and we can control them with our arm bar, right? The big up to touch as the guard's coming off the screen, right? So I'm here, I match my numbers to the guard's numbers, right? But as they start coming, I keep dropping, just stay there, and I make sure I keep the roller above me, right? If they get behind my head, then we have trouble, right? So go back to here. Off the ball, right? Again, the player that's going to be in the ball side corner, we're in our gap, right? So I can see man and ball, I use my arms, I cover with length, right? So we can eat as much space in this part of the floor as we can, but don't lose vision of the corner because they'll back cut, right? So you've got to see both, right? And we can use our stunting concept here as well, right? So we've got our screen. Now, on the back side of this, so a lot of teams now play the ball screen like this. They used to play with a big here and a big up there and roll one and replace the other. Now that all the shooting everyone has, they spread the floor out more, right? What we do, and again, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, like other people might think it's wrong, we help a lot more from the highest player on the two side than the lowest player in the pick and roll, right? Because in our game, again, like I coach women, we're maybe not as quick and mobile as men. There's not dunking in our game, right? If this player stays in too long, it's a corner three every time, right? So we want to have this player playing the lane line, right? So we're still touching the keyway, right? But we're on the lane line. And the player here, right? So again, get ready to set our ball screen, right? They're ready to make a shift now towards the nail, okay? So we don't shift immediately because if you're smart, what will you do? Exactly, just pass the ball here, shoot a three, right? So I'm here, and now as that dribble's taken, we're shifting, right, to the nail, and we're gonna tag the roller. So again, you remember the 3-on-3, tag the roll, right? We get out, right? You've lifted, now you roll to the basket. The big that was in the drop, right? When it gets back to the top, we want to recover to the top side of the roller, right? So if I go underneath them, now they can get a high-low pass and they score on me, right? So I want to get back on top, get an arm bar on their hip, and really try and push them down, right? So they're not able to make this play, okay? Now, a dribble handoff, go back, right? Same thing, communication, right? Handoff coming, get through, stop there, right? So we want to gap the handoff with the big, right, and leave space for the guard to get through. Before that happens though, come back. Our guard must go to their player, right? If you stay off too far, now they're going to come off, they shoot a three, right? I want to connect, right? And now as this is happening, the very last moment, if I can blow this up and deny it, we let our players have the right to go and do that. Get over the top, try and take the ball and get a layup. If they do a good job with the handoff, now getting my shoulder down, getting through, and straight back to the ball to take away, catch and shoot three. Okay, so that's our handoff, right? Let's just see that. Good. Now, if we don't score, throw it high. Now we're getting to our blue. So we're on the lane line, right? We call blue. Right, now our feet are going to change. Again, we climb into the ball. If they're stationary, we're going to have one whack at trying to steal it, right, to get them to protect. And now same thing, you've got your same drop concept. Up to touch, right? We're keeping them on the side of the floor. The top of the two side has the help on the roll, right? This big staying numbers match to the ball, but not letting roller get behind. And now if we have a loaded corner here and we're keeping the ball on the side, you're also going to call blue. Blue, 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 right? Use our length and try and keep the ball down in this corner with nowhere to go. All right, let's just have a look at it, see how we go. Whatever we do, just talk. 2 more minutes. Yep, cool. Good, get back, good. Good, again, in the gaps, use length. Good, now get out. Good, hold there, good job, all right? Switch it over, give the other team a go. Good. Good job, good, great job. Good. Good, great job. Really good. Okay, now switch it back. Now, one thing, when we get to our dribble handoff, whoever's guarding the player on the seam, we want to get you in on the nail. Okay, I didn't talk about that, right? But as that, imagine the handoff's happening, whoever's guarding this player up here, we want to be on the nail, so now they can't turn the corner on the pass out. Now I'm closing it out. Okay, the second thing I want you guys to work on now and correct is if you are tagging the roller, don't stay quite as long. We're staying too long. If the offense wanted to, they could throw it out and get a or catch and shoot three. Good, here we go. And a little bit more torque. Here we go. Good. Good, torque it, good. Don't be so deep, that's it, good. Good job, good. Get out now, quick, get out, good. Contain. 7, 6, 5. Good job. Great job. Rotate one more time, here we go. Good, good. Tag and recover, good. That's it. Torque your hand off, nail, good. Good job, good. Get out, good. That's it, good job, good. Great job, good, perfect. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good job. All right, thank you, fellas, thank you. Okay, so again, it's 30 minutes, whatever that was. It's hard to kind of give you guys all the detail and everything, but I hope that gives you a bit of an idea of just some of the concepts and some of the ways that we build our defense up. In the Townsville Fire, we do a lot of those drills, like I said, every practice or every couple of days. And I just find, as Gord said, like being able to break it down for the players, so make it, whether it's 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and really coach some of the fine details, and then being able to build it up, back to your 5-on-5 and put it all back together really helps the players to grasp the concept, and then get the required repetitions to be able to keep getting better at it. So, I think I'm sure out of that you could probably find other ways of modifying some of that, and adding things that suit your team. That's how we like to do it. I guess if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them, or maybe that's at the end, is it? All right, it's at the end. So I guess thank you, and I'll hand over to Matty. Thank you.
I'll start when they're just standing 5-on-5, just for a bit of spacing, you guys understand, but then I want to get them up and down and a little bit more with the probably like 3-a-side kind of thing. Just the idea with what we just talked about, and Shannon touched about it on defense, is there's a lot of 5 out these days, but what happens if you don't have a good structure is it's actually pretty easy to guard because it's just 5 guys defensively zoning up. So really what it'll come down to is, Gorge touched on it, what we do here is, with the Boomers, is we want quick inbound. So it's not the 5-man, it's not the 4-man all the time. A lot of the time we want the quickest inbound and get it in. If it's not going to happen like that, then we will run a play. Obviously any rebound, we want kick aheads. We want the ball off the floor and kicking ahead. But as I said, the way that we need some kind of structure, and the way we do it is kind of read the 5-man. So positional basketball is where we've kind of headed. We obviously have Giddy and Paddy and some really good plays we want to make sure are in the places we want, but we need to have a bit of structure in the shape of it. So ideally what we do with the 5-man is read off him. I'll obviously let them have a few more shots, but then I'll be a bit more instructional. Screening away, screening the ball, or if they have run ahead. The problem with posting up early in the offense is that you stand in the middle of the key. So we want driving lanes, we want those kind of things opened up. And with that, we want, if a big thinks he can duck in and seal in the basket, cool, but not really running to the block and posting up, which I'm glad I didn't play in these days, because that was what I did much more than this, because the shooting. But again, it's about the spacing and trying to play a bit free, but putting them in shapes that'll benefit our skills. And then obviously it comes down to your skill set, what you choose to do out of some of the actions, okay? So I'll get the boys down this end, please, and we'll get into it. We've got 5-on-5. So as I said, I'll get us through how we end up at this position, but we match up. Big parts, early parts of this is running extreme corners, because what typically happens, if you just back a little bit, if you don't put the extreme corner, it just shrinks the court. We're just making it easier for the defense. So the guys that run the corners there need to get extreme corners and nice and wide in the quadrants. This is where we end up at times, and this is what I'm going to do as we just start now is we're going to go more 3-on-3, so I'll take the 2 corners out, but I'm just explaining how this looks, okay? So just, you guys come back up here. Now I need the 5 men in the middle, ball handler over here, and you're just running down. So this, we'll move through this, but he's the decision maker, okay? You're just off for now too, thanks. When he's running down now, he has options. He's nice and wide. If he's trailing like we just said here, he's either going to go screen the ball or screen away, okay? And so part of it is, as you're bringing the ball up, you have to have a plan once you cross the half-court line. We can't, again, it comes back to that thing, if you get to here, you can go 5 out, delay, whatever you call it. Again, you're not making the defense work. So as you come down to here, straight away we'll be dragging the ball. And what we'll do, and we'll get to 3, Gorge touched on it, the 3-side, 2-side kind of thing we'll get to. But right now, as this is happening, you're just staying nice in the quadrant there. You rolling out. Now, I'm just walking through, we'll start getting up and down a little bit, but again, it's about spacing and not shrinking the court. So if you screened and you rolled, come down here. You can seal if you think you can really bury, but ideally what we do is get you to a dunker spot, okay? So again, as that's happened and you've come off and you don't like it much, you've got to get flat and low. So we talk about 5 out because we want spacing, but again, there's a lot of wasted space here by not just all staying there. So this is actually a lot of space, but if you stand here, just step out for a second, you guard me. If this is the area and I stand here, obviously he can, you defensively, I'm not making him work, he can actually be in a defensive space that we ideally don't want. It's a big difference if I just put my butt to the baseline here, now where are you gonna stand? Okay, so as you see, it just opens it up, and it's only like little parts of that, but it's real, it's driving lanes, it's cuts, all that kind of stuff. So it's important you cut through and you get nice and low, and then you can read off that as well. So let's just do a couple, and you guys just rotate in. Just start back behind the half court, and just do a couple of them. And when you roll, again, if you duck in on him, that's fine. If not, get low, get it to the other side, and just attack. Here we go. Okay, hold it. So for me too, that's you getting off the ball. You're going to make that read, or you're going to hit him, because what we want, it's actually getting the ball off the floor. We're talking about being quick here. The less dribbles, the better. And so that's fine. You pick and roll, but the moment you hit that screen, you want to have a plan, okay? Because everything's about an advantage. So the moment you hit that screen, you've got to see where the defense is and make a read off what they're doing. Because if you dribble again, they have a chance to. You had the advantage for about a second or two. The second, third dribble takes that away. Okay, so here we go. Good. Nice. There we go. Really good. And again, as you saw, just what's your name? Caleb. Caleb got the chance to drive. Now again, if he stays in there, this is what I was talking about. You know, like that's easier for the defense to get to. You move out a little bit, he gets out a little bit lower, and it just opens it up. Let's go another group. Really good. Nice. That's okay. But I'll let you get behind his head, nice and low. Good. Good, there we go. Just one thing, and that really good job, guys. I was ready to coach you guys on the angles, but you've done a really good job so far, so I'll just show you what I was ready to coach. So come into the drag screen here. The angle here, typically you would like to go under and get back in front, right? But what you guys have done a really good job is your butt should be to the corner, okay? Not to the sideline, but to the corner. And the reason for that is if he goes under, that's fine, but it's a longer path. And so you getting that left foot really down, so like I said, butt to corner, he's going over most times, which again, what happens when you go over? Just take one dribble, stop there. It's a 2-on-1, and that's what I'm saying, the dribble has to be really direct, not wasting it, because right now you have an advantage. All we're trying to do in any parts is get an advantage. You guys have it at that point, so you've got to make sure we take it, and then your spacing is important, because if he shifts in, now that's there, okay? So it's really, all the little parts of this are really important for space, and then taking the advantage as best as possible. Let's go again. Good job, guys. Nice. So that one probably now you went again, you've done a good job up until that point, but that was a bit flat. He got under really easy, so just try and get the other side. Keep rolling through. Let's get the ball on the other side. Good, good. Good. I like that, and exactly, if that's what opens up straight away, you attack that. I think we got the hang of that. We'll move around a little bit in a sec. So now what I will do is ball handler. And what we call, and so obviously I'm trying to give you guys some tips on shapes and things like that, but for the fans that are just watching, we will be doing this stuff tonight. So we call that pick. I won't probably go into it right now. Pick is obviously a double screen, but the other thing we do, and we'll hopefully do it well tonight, is wide, which is just, like I said, the 5-man coming over the halfway line has to have a plan, and he can either screen the ball or screen away. So wide is screening away. So let's just do that. So come back a little bit. You're going to go get him. Okay, so let's just flow into it. Same thing. Take the advantages that come from that. Whoa, sorry, we're running into it. This is transition, like we're going. So he's coming to get you, you play off it, and go. Hold it there. Just come back to this exact part that was just there with you, the ball in hand. It's the same theory, and you were up just a step here, which again makes it easier for him. Now look, he was probably going to do whatever he's doing right there. It's a big difference where you were standing, you were like on this height. Now he's nowhere near as comfortable. If you just drop that little bit, and it's only a meter, but it means a lot for if you're defending and this guy's doing that, you don't want it, like it's annoying. So this is what you want to do to them. So at this point, if he comes this way a little bit, you've got a lane, and if not, then you've got that work. So it's really important to get lower and flat and then play out of that. Here we go. Same group. Good, oh, it's okay, nice. But you see what it means? It was a bit harder for him to defend it, and there's options there. We go, let's go, keep it rolling. Nice, really good. There we go. Just start on the other side this time, keep it. Hold it. Now that's good. It's just the next part of this. So I didn't coach it yet. So let's just do that again. You curled. You had a good look. It wasn't there. So what happens? Sorry, come back here. One of the biggest parts for this too, and we have Paddy and Giddy, who obviously are very creative off pick and rolls and their influence with the ball. This happens, you cut through, the screen, go with him. One of the big things as that happens, we want you to go get him, so they're coming into this area, but now if that's not there, you're going to present back to the ball. It's not necessarily going to be a pick, you may catch it, whatever, but what has to happen is you come back, I'll just be you for a sec. You've got to try and get back over to, you're just going to get low, or we'll go corner right now, but yeah. Go try and get back to the split line a little bit further, and the reason a lot of these things is to keep that advantage. If I stay here, I screened him, now I turn, and you come off, he's turning a corner, but he's turning the corner to here. Okay, and like it's not really putting as much pressure on the defense. Just go back. So you've done that screen, cut through. The least you can do is get to the split line, ideally a step over, and now you'll come back off it. Now there's the advantage. Same thing, butt to corner. You've got a 2-on-1, and he's turning the corner into the keyway. And that's a lot more, obviously puts everything else a lot more stress than going out past the signet sign there. So let's just do that. So don't hit the first cutter, go out, you can stay dunker, you can get to corner. Really good, oh, good. That's okay, I appreciate you guys. I know it's not easy when I'm stopping and starting all the time. But as you saw, we get an open look there, didn't take it, that's fine, and we get to the other side for another open look. And it's just, these kind of things, obviously there's a bit of a rhythm to it all and everything, and like I said, these kids have been playing defense for 30 minutes and not touching the ball. So, but what it does is, from the moment we inbound the ball, we're not stopping. The defense is under pressure, and you've got to, I think it's a shape or it's a look for making sure that the defense never really eases up, but we're not overly coaching it so they can have a bit of freedom. So it's just putting him into those spots and shapes. So let's just do that a couple more times. Good, great read, nice. One more time, good job. Nice look, very good. Good, good. I will put 2 more plays in a sec to show you that the space really stays there as well. Actually, let's just do that now. So same thing, you guys are finding corners. So what that happens now, I'm not gonna overcoach this is another level of things, but balance the floor. So if somebody gets, you don't have to run the corner, you can get to the dunker, but if you choose to go out, then we just need to balance the floor. Okay, here we go. Sorry. The 2 corners start up here, everyone else in the backcourt. Just to flow into it, I'm not going to run you just right this second. Blues, blue ball. Here. No. Okay, let's go again. Who was handling just then? Probably just one less dribble then, okay? Like you could have turned the corner and that was okay, but if it wasn't there, then we want to get off it. It was a good pass in the end, don't get me wrong, but the idea is to try and just keep it moving. Here we go. Nice. That's okay, that's all right. So what I would have done there is you can have that second dribble, because if you had the second dribble, then you were on the rim. Here we go, we're good? Switch. That's okay, all right. One thing there, you trust the space, exactly. So just come back to that last part where the pick and roll was. Now just go to the pick and roll, take one step after that, do what you start rolling. Okay, what you did just then was you walked him up into the big fella. Okay, so you just have that little bit of patience, because let that just happen for a second. Now you make a play, Now he's in a tougher position because now if he's doing that, now you can, like if he bites, now you go. But you walked him up before that even happened, and it's just a bit of patience and then get to those spots. Here we go. See, now he's in more trouble. See, like you draw it out like that. Here we go. Great job. Nice spacing, guys. Really good. Let's just switch sides where the ball's starting. You guys just go alternate possessions. Okay. Go again. Blue, blue. That's the thing too. Like it's a tough one, and I know we're just learning this on the fly, but the bigs have a bit of ownership. You've screened away, you're coming back, you just haven't have an awareness, okay? Because you don't want to be so predictable that it's all a pick and roll. Either the guard might want to get off it, the gets are great as well, because gets puts them under pressure because you can't, the defender can't crawl into you. Then you can fake it, do whatever, but like you're going to be a decision maker, but make sure you're aware that you could get the ball in your hands very quickly. Really good. Caleb? Yeah, really good. Now what, I don't know if you guys just saw, but he screened as he was going through, but the moment that screen happens, he found the corner. It just again, is just keeping that defense on the back foot. And we actually need a couple of our guys doing that a little bit like Caleb. Here we go. Nice, okay. One of the last things to do, so we obviously just call it a pick. I said there, we wide the other way. What will happen at times, ball's on this side. Who's got this? At times we call away, which is, we just point that way, but really it doesn't become anything else. And this is where, as you progress through this, it becomes player-led about what's his skill package, what he wants to be doing. So if you're screening away in, like what we said with wide, and you want to screen away as well, like maybe you don't want to come off it, you come and screen him as well, now it's a double away. We come off that. One thing that like we actually coached at shoot around just an hour ago is you need pressure on the rim still. So a lot of the time a good guard, Delhi's the king of this, pointing when he knows Paddy's in that corner, and we want Paddy flying out of that. So Paddy's may come up here. What we need from you two is what we said, separation and space. So if you're a shooter and you're more at the rim, whatever, we need pressure on the rim. So one of these two needs to get to the rim. Cut, put pressure on it, you're looking at that, it drags the defense out, and you space. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, away. Nice. Probably the only thing I would say, and that's a good read, made a good shot, no problem. That 80-20 kind of rule is if we're coming off that, a lot of the time we don't want to go back into the traffic. The defense is kind of there, there's an extra body. We want to get the ball to the other side. That's one big thing with what we do. We want to play quick. We don't want to get bogged down in too much structure, but you need to get the ball moving. You need to, like I'm going to keep saying, defense on the back foot. That is moving the ball and getting it from side to side. But we want attack. So I'm not trying to say miss the reversal, but we need to make sure we're attacking. Here we go. Okay, that's good. Go again. Block. Okay. Good, guys. Really good. Let's just go back to the away. Just be here in the. Who was on offense that time? Orange? Yes, you go back to that one. I just want to, you're doing a really good job. Screen away, come off it. You go off it. And then you got the ball and then you hit him. Okay, this is good because what we're coaching with our bigs is there's a world where you get out, and if not, you can present. And this is what we would then call a split game. Okay, so now you hit him. You can split with him or him. It's pretty basic. And rim cut, obviously. So just say you want to go this way, you maybe get the ball back, you don't. We don't want you to stop. It's just, we need the movement still. So now you go screen him. You can curl, you can go off that. Like we're not getting, like you play to your strengths, but that's hitting him at that moment is really good, especially in a way. The other one is obviously just play splits across the top. So let's go. Let's go splits to the corner on that one. Okay, hold it there. So what happened? And it's okay, but like patience. So just come back to where he gets the catch. You got the catch here? Who passed it? Sorry. Go over the top this time. Yeah, obviously you're going that way. And again, right now you can cut to the basket, but we're doing that. You went that way already. You give it a 2 count. Just watch that a little bit. Maybe that's going to open up. You see, you're going to hit someone with a pass. He comes back off it. If you don't like that, side, okay? Just a slight bit of patience on that opens up the world. Here we go. He wants one more time. Good. Okay, not bad. The last part, they're doing a fantastic job, in my opinion. They're very well coached to start with, so it's nice. What I will do to end this thing is the 3-side, 2-side thing that Gorge was talking about, because we get that look we want and the ball comes back on this, and sorry I'm jumping steps because I'll stay with this for a sec, but as that happened, you had a guy in a corner, they're coming back, you want to move the defense before it even comes this way, and I'll go over that, but that's any time that we can stop the defense just loading up. Again, keeping him on the back foot. You can technically, through this, from a quick inbounds, kick ahead and all of this, you can get to 12 seconds, like especially what they did is probably 15 seconds, and you haven't stopped, you haven't let the defense rest for a second, and you really haven't done anything that's too structured or whatever. There's a lot of freedom to it, but you've got to take the advantages that are there. Okay, here we go. Good. Great job, guys. Love it. Okay, nice. One more time, but let's run it the other way. One more time each. Other side. Kill. Good job. Just hold up there too. I won't make them all go back to their spots, but that pick and roll happened. Your patience was fantastic because again, it's about making your defender uncomfortable. And so you were working out or you're watching him or being a part of that, you bit and then he flies up later. It's sometimes just that slight patience. It can be in this position, it can be when you're off the ball, but it's really important. So I hope that's, I'll let you guys ask questions in a second, but right now I just want to go quickly to the 3-side. So it'll just be, I'll have the ball for, actually just one of you guys be a passer, no defense, and we've got a 3-side. So match up these 3 and 3 here.
Good orange.
Again, right now, this is big based. Okay, so the 5-man, sometimes he would have, and we'll do this next part, he rim runned, okay? He didn't get the ball, we want him low, but if he's gone to the opposite corner, that's fine, and it'll change the 3-side a little bit, but the 3-side we're working right now is He's at the top. What happens here? So the ball hits here. At anything, yes, most of the time, you're out of there, okay? You cut through, get low, and now you can make a decision. You can cut, you can even stay in the dunker, you can whip back if there's there, but ideally cut through and get out to the other side. Now, you're gonna lead him in and come off a dribble handoff. He might flip it to you, not getting bogged down in all that, but the importance of that is ball back there. This is the opposite of the patience. If anything, you're better off getting out of there early. Reason being right now, and this is what I was saying, they're loaded up, the defense. When you look just past the ball, don't move. It's actually playing in the defense hands. Okay, so the moment, what we call with the Boomers, this is the meat in the sandwich. He's the decision maker. Okay, so he has that option that I've just said. He has the option to go screen. Now you probably come up, or you could even curl and you'll come back into it. Or, and this is a little less than the others because we want to keep this movement, is you lead him in and you can come off it. Okay, so let's just go down with you, mix it up, but they're your three options. Let's have a look at it. I won't tell you what to do. Good. Good, really good. What's your name again? Alex? Good. So, again, this is one of those things. Let's get you through. Alex, you get the ball. Oh, my bad, mate. This is one of those really important things. He did a really good job then. As we go in and you flip it to him, and now he's going over, you just really got to, and you did it, come off it. It's making sure he doesn't go under too easy, okay? Because he's going away from the basket, so defensively half the time they might want to try and go under. You getting that angle that you did, butt to the corner is going to be hard on this side, on this angle, but that is really good. And then now if he goes under, he's going under here, and now he's in a bit more trouble. Okay, so let's just do that one more time. Really good. Nice. Good. Okay, let's just switch it over. You can get the other looks. Don't forget the meat in the sandwich, pin down, take the ball, we'll get through. Here we go. Got you. Good, good. Okay, last one real quick. Probably talk too much. You're in the corner. Okay, you found yourself in the corner. We're moving the ball and we've got a guard at the top. What we call this, and hopefully you see it well tonight, is rifle. You're in the corner. You got it. When we see this happening and we know one of the bigs is in the corner, the ball gets reversed, you're out of here. And you're presenting, okay? You're presenting here. Again, it could be a screen you're going to use or a gets, whatever, but what we want you, especially because anytime you screen and you're under this guy, we want you rolling, okay? So nice one under, you've got the 2-on-1 advantage instantly. Let's quickly go through that. 2 reps. Great job. Ooh. That's okay, but that's, as you saw, he clearly got an advantage very easily just from that action. Let's switch it over, last one. Good job, shoot that. All right, nice. Can I get a round of applause for these guys? They've done a great job for that. Questions? No, no questions.
Can I just get a round of applause for Coach Nielsen as well, please? Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.